Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the show, and a very huge congratulations on your winning. So, congrats for
Thank
that.
you. I'm really happy to be in the
It's a
40
huge
global
thing.
40 fittest
Yeah,
leaders.
yeah. And I think we would like to know more about your journey and your take on, the well-being and the fitness. So, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Absolutely. I'm Ruchi Mago. I head human resources and employee experience for Orange Business in India. I'm happy to be here. To talk more about myself, fitness has always been very close to me. I started with not being very conscious about what I eat and
Yeah.
all the kind of things that are needed to be fit. But I think over time it really grew on me. And I tried all possible diet plans from intermittent to keto to leaving gluten to dairy free and all that stuff. But what I realized that I was, yes, reducing weight, but then it was coming back as well.
Right.
So it wasn't consistent. And after 40, I really realized that, it is extremely difficult to shed even few kilos, which was
Yeah.
much more easier
Right,
before.
right.
So then it was like, okay, something is not working. And I started talking to more people of what I need to do. What I really realized was that I was, for me, always, fitness was like doing intense workout and strict diet plans and having results quickly. But then I realized that, intensity brings in the spark,
Right.
but it is the consistency that builds the stamina. And I started focusing more on consistency for that matter.
Yeah.
I really realized that it needs to be something simple
Yeah.
and easy to be sustainable. So that is how I evolved, and I'll talk more about what I follow and what I do, like some simple tricks and tips.
Right. And I think that's a great introduction to start with. I mean, the conversations are going to be, I'm sure, more insightful. So, ma'am, talking about that, as someone who's shaping employee experience, right? How do you weave well-being into culture?
So well-being is extremely important. So
Yeah.
whether it is the physical well-being or mental well-being or emotional well-being, I'll actually call it a holistic overall well-being, so as to say. In the current context, whether we talk about productivity or we talk about efficiency, I think well-being is a very, very important thread that binds it together. A lot of times what we have seen is it takes a backseat because there are reasons, oh, there's no time, or there's just too much to be done.
Yeah.
But we have really realized that, in order to be productive and in order to have higher energy levels, it all starts with you as an individual.
Right.
And even for leaders, and we do a lot of boardroom conversations wherein we say that you need to lead not with chaos and clutter, but more with clarity and purpose. Now, how would clarity and purpose come is definitely through the entire part of being fit,
Yeah.
not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally. So that's an extremely important thing, and it is picking up a lot of momentum in the boardroom conversations.
Yeah. I think that's really insightful for anyone to hear about that, and that's making a lot of sense now, as you have mentioned. So we'll talk more about this. And given having said that, uh, what's the like having working in a high pressure, as a leader yourself? How do you integrate wellness into your everyday life?
Yeah, that's a good question. I always used to tell myself, oh, I have no time and I'm
Yeah.
very busy. So I have actually started doing a lot of positive manifestation. So I don't use the word busy anymore.
Does that help?
It does help,
Okay.
I started replacing it because more I used to say, I'm busy. I think I really used to feel more pressured as well.
Right.
So it's more about right choice of words, which has definitely helped me. It's also about taking a pause, like really, and at times, it is only like a 60-second pause, which I'll take and I'll just breathe. And I think that's important.
Yeah.
There were a few days wherein I would put a reminder that, after every 2 hours, I have to do a 60-second pause kind of a thing. But yeah, having said that, so no time is absolutely wrong.
Right.
We need to take out time. And what I really do is, as I told you, it has to be something which is simple and easy. I have started integrating things. So earlier I used to say 168 hours in a week, Ruchi has to take out 5 hours for workout.
Right.
Trust me, it doesn't work like that. So for me, and I'll talk about my favorite acronym, which is
Please,
simple.
please.
So what I basically follow is simple. S is for steps, which
Okay.
is 10,000 steps every day, non-negotiable.
All right.
Now, how do you take out time? So you would see me walking in the meeting room. It is more about, okay, doing conversations with people while walking. It's
yeah.
more about taking steps all the time rather than, 1 hour I'm doing a workout and for 23 hours next I'm
Doing
inactive.
Yeah.
So that is not what I'm doing. So it's more of integration. Even, when I'm at home with the kids and they are doing their homework, you'll see me literally going around walking because I need to complete
It
my
is
steps.
there with you.
Yeah, so that is S, which is steps. I is more about, being intentional of what you eat.
Yeah.
So small portion size and calorie count is really, really helping me. And I was telling you, I used to do a lot of diet plans and not eating anything and leading to more cravings.
Yeah.
So that has gone. I eat everything possible, but yes, portion size is less
Right.
and calorie count is there.
Right.
So I make intentional choice of eating healthy. So that's my I. My M is more about a mindset change, which is move away from a short term gain to a more of a long term shift that I want to bring in. And that is what I have, I think, learned with age as well.
Yeah.
So it's more about the long term part, and that's the mindset shift that I have brought in. P is about protein, which has become my best friend. So I have really realized that, I need to have at least 1 gram of protein as per my body weight per kg.
Daily intake,
yeah, so 60 grams is something that I have to focus on. And being a vegetarian, at times it's not so easy.
Right.
But then now I know how and what to do. But
Right.
my protein will not be less than the required amount that I need. Coming to L, it's more about the lifestyle rhythm rather than, looking at the fads and we follow that. I used to do a lot of intermittent fasting for 16 hours and then for the remaining 8 hours, it was all unhealthy and it wasn't working, right?
That doesn't work, yeah.
Yeah. And my last E, the last letter E is more about enjoy the process and make it easy and really embrace it so well in your lifestyle that it does not feel that you're doing something extra for a few months and then you need to stop and then you need to change. So that is what I really follow. And it is very well integrated in my entire way of living and routine.
I mean, that's really fun and, insightful at the same time. Like you just mentioned the entire acronym of SIMPLE, I think, which no one would have thought about it. So that's great. And I'm sure if I can even inculcate 1% of the entire SIMPLE, my life would be sorted. But let's see how it goes. Ma'am, coming to the very next question. What's that one fitness myth that you have busted for yourself?
Doing all or doing nothing. So as I said, earlier for me, it was fitness is all about high intensity and, a lot of burnout that I need to do or do very, very strict diets or do nothing. So I think that's a big shift which has come in, which is more about do little things, but do it every day, make it a routine, make it a part of your lifestyle, and then embrace it really well.
Right.
So that is definitely one thing which I have progressed from my earlier age to now.
Baby steps.
Well.
Yeah, that is great. That is amazing. That brings us to our very next question, ma'am. That was there any turning point in your life which made you realize the importance of fitness, well-being, and health?
Turning point, more from a perspective that, maybe a few years back, it was, for me, fitness was more about a number, either a number on the weighing scale or a number on the measuring tape in terms of inches. And I was very, very number centric. And then I realized that fitness is much more than numbers and it is much more than losing weight.
Right.
It is actually more about gaining the muscle mass. It is more about building the stamina and it is more about overall well-being, which is extremely important. So that shift has actually happened after 40 is what I will acknowledge here.
I think that's again a great learning for people. I assume that they would learn from this what exactly does work out for them and what not. Now moving to our very next question. What's that one lifestyle change that you have inculcated and has brought a significant change in your energy and in your focus?
So for me, it is what gets measured gets done. I used to say that a lot in my HR work as well,
right.
but I really follow that. So I measure the calorie intake, I measure the calorie that I burn, I measure the number of steps, I measure the nutrients, i.e., how much protein and how much fiber and fats and carbs and all. So, what has really I have started implementing, and the change that I have got is keep measuring. So I have my apps in my phone and I do that very, very rigorously.
Tracking,
and
yeah.
even in terms of calories, at times we would enter the calorie intake after at the end of the day, and then you can't do anything apart from being guilty. So I would do a bit of proactive as well. I would put, okay, what am I supposed to eat in the entire day? And then I have my buffers wherein I can do a little bit of cheating and add those fun stuff as well. So earlier I used to write afterwards, and now I write a bit more proactively. But this is really, really helping.
That's fun. That's great. And thank you for teaching us that. Ma'am, that gets us to the very next question, which is I think as you're coming from the HR background, I think the very best question to ask from you is that how can organizations truly promote employee well-being? Like how do you inculcate that in an organization? Your take on that?
Yeah. So one is that there has to be a lot of dialogue and a lot of awareness on this topic.
Right.
So fitness and well-being is important, but it does take a backseat at times, right? So it's important that we continue to keep the dialogue on and we do awareness and communication. The second is it cannot be top down, right? You have to do a squad or you have to do a task force or a work stream wherein let the people be a part of it in terms of designing what would suit. A simple thing, right? It can also be from a listening and responding point of view, understand from the employees what they would like to do around fitness. So that is more about a collective discussion and a decision making rather than, okay, we saying, oh, we do this session and we do this contest and all that stuff. So make it more participative. The third one is more about leaders walking the talk, and also they promoting the importance of it. Because, and that's one advice that I would give to the young professionals as well, that please don't wait for your 40s to hit and then take it as a priority. Let yourself at 40 thank you for the basic steps that you have done at an earlier stage of life and bring it more as a priority, right? So let leaders walk the talk and promote is another one. Last but not the least, it cannot be, this is a month and we do something, or this is a one-time tick in the box activity. No, it needs to be in the overall DNA of the plan that is being created for employee experience or employee engagement. Have variety of things to be done. It can be from some sessions to contests to, we even do internal Olympics and all that stuff. So we focus a lot on the tournaments that we run as well. They can be contests, they can be a couple of fun activities as well, right? So make it more natural, so as to say, and also make it more consistent with a variety. It cannot be, okay, we are only doing yoga sessions for the entire 12 months or only doing Zumba or only doing one kind of a step challenge. So do multiple varieties so that people really are glued to it. Right. And last but not the least, it's extremely important to reward and celebrate as well. We have a number of rewards when it comes to team awards and individual performance. Why not around fitness? It is an important thing and it needs to have that priority in place at different steps, and it has to be integrated in the overall plan.
Ma'am, I think that is so beautifully put out there, and all I can say is just thank you for your insights on that. And I think this has been a very informative session, one of the very informative sessions so far. So thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for your presence here. Huge congratulations on winning again. So
lovely speaking to you, and I'm really happy to be here.
Likewise.